When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. That's what we're going to be doing today. Come join me. Hi friends, so today as you can see from the start, I've decided to pick a massive bucket of lemons, beautiful winter New Zealand lemons, and today we're going to turn it into lemon concentrate. So I really like trying to get as much water in as I can, but plain water, you know, I do drink it, but I would prefer just a little hint of fruit in it. So I've started using up the blueberry syrup from the other day. I'll link that video at the end if you haven't seen it already. So that's the blueberry syrup. I just put a splash into I use a quart jar that's got a lid, and I just make sure that I drink at least a couple of those a day. So I've got blueberry ones now. I'm going to make some berry ones. I'll make, there's in the ball recipe, there's a lovely strawberry and lemon concentrate. So I'll wait for the strawberries to come in. But today we're going to be doing the lemon concentrate. Them all washed up, I have decided to cut them in half first, pop them into my sink, which I've cleaned up, and then I think it'll go faster, and then all I have to do is squeeze. Alright, so and we're going to steam can this recipe. It's normally it's a water bath recipe, but as you know, I'm really into my steam canning using my Presto pressure cooker. So, and I've got a couple of revisions that I'm going to show you in this video too about steam canning with the pressure cooker. So, yep, let's get to cutting all these lemons up now. My kitchen smells so delicious right now. Still plenty of lemons on the tree. So you usually, you know, for this recipe, you usually use cup. What am I trying to say? Stop and explain it. For every cup of juice, you use a cup of sugar. The sugar's not there for the preservation because obviously lemon is a really high acid food, so I'm not wanting it that sweet, so I'm going to try half a cup of sugar, and I will taste it and then see if it needs more. So, but it's over to you what you do. I think this will definitely speed up the process. And once I've done this, I will pop all my jars into the dishwasher to start heating those up. Oh, little itty bitty one, which is quite juicy. I wanted to do an orange juice as well, but unfortunately the possums and the birds have eaten all the oranges. Right, that's all the lemons in the sink here. If you're new here, hi, I'm Stacey, and thank you for joining me, and thank you for your support. We've had quite a few new followers, which is awesome. Anyway, if you don't know, I live in New Zealand, and we are just coming into our spring, so this is actually quite a nice recipe to be doing. It's using the winter fruit, but I'm going to be using it spring and summer. So yeah, so thank you for joining me. I'm just grabbing some jars. I've done some not quart size, pint size, and I've grabbed some of these small ones, which is a half pint, 250 mils. I'm just going to pop them all into the dishwasher. If you can hear the dishwasher now going, but it needs to be done. So I've just grabbed my colander, and that's going to be the first port of getting the pips out and just any debris. I'm just going to squeeze and then pop into this big bowl here, and then I'm going to put it through another strainer to get out any other bits and pieces. You don't want any pulp in your juice because it can turn it bitter. I think I'm going to probably have sore hands after this. I don't have an electric squeezer. It's just another piece of equipment that, you know, clutters up your kitchen, and my kitchen's quite a small kitchen with not a lot of space. But good news that I was talking to hubby, and we've got a lock-up shed out in our 3-bay shed where all the motorbikes and gear and whatnot is stored, and he said that I can turn it into a canning storage, which is going to be great because I've got such big equipment and there's just no room for it. Like my massive BioChef dehydrator is just sitting on the floor in front of my china cabinet, and it clutters up the place, and I've got jars everywhere and it clutters up the place. So we're going to do that up. It's not watertight at the moment. It needs a couple of new sheets of iron on the roof, and we'll line it. And yeah, I'm really super excited. We'll probably do that over summer months. So don't mind me, I'm just going to be here squeezing away. Oh, must have a small cut on my hand here. Ouchie. Very juicy lemons. You could zest these lemons and put zest into the mixture as well, but I'm not a huge fan of zest. I would definitely strain it out, but yeah, I'm just choosing not to today. The other thing that I do with lemons is I squeeze the lemon and put it into quart size jars and then pop them in the freezer, so I've got lemon juice all year round. Obviously you can't use it for canning because you just don't know the acidity of it, but I use it for in recipes and things like that. I tried to make lemon meringue pie with it. Did not work. I guess because of the water content of them being frozen, the filling was just disgusting. It's sort of like is separated from the water in the lemon, I think. So I must make another one with some of these fresh lemons. So yeah, it's great to use in baking and in cooking or anything that you need lemons for, just not lemon meringue pie. So I kind of owe hubby and lemon meringue pie. But as usual, he's always gracious, but even if something's horrible, he'll always say, darling, that was lovely. I didn't even serve it. It went straight to the piggies. So what are you preserving in your kitchen at the moment? Have you just done the every bit challenge? Is it every little bit or every bit challenge? The 3 Rivers challenge. It's weird because I watch the videos and I want to do them, but it's winter for us, so there's not an abundance of things coming in. So she needs to do it for the southern hemisphere countries as well. Right, that took roughly about 15 minutes. A lot of pips. Now I'm going to strain it again using a fine sieve. This is how much lemon juice that got. So I'm going to put that in there, and then I'm just going to pour 2 cup measurements. Gosh, that was a lot of lemons for the amount of juice that I've got. Not complaining. It's just over 2 cups. 6. Hopefully I get enough for 8. Perfect. 8. Wowza. How perfect was that? So I'm going to start with 4 cups of sugar. I looked at the ball recipe, but the ball recipe was for strawberry lemon, so I'm just going to have a quick look at that and see what their next instructions were. This is the one that I use. I'll link it down below. I think it was page 190. Yes, 190. Strawberry lemonade concentrate. So that wanted 6 cups of whole strawberries and 4 cups of lemon juice and 6 cups of sugar. So I've got 8 cups of lemon juice. Now, just omitting the strawberry part. Ladle hot okay. Add lemon juice and sugar and stir to combine. Okay, so I can add the sugar now. Heat to 190 Fahrenheit or 88 Celsius. Over medium-high heat, stirring occasionally. Do not boil. Remove from heat and skim off any foam. Ladle hot concentrate into hot jars, leaving 1/4 inch headspace, white rim, blah blah blah. Place jars in canner. Water bath, 15 minutes. So yeah, all right. So we're just gonna. I'm gonna start with 4 cups of sugar and see what that tastes like. This is a 1/2 cup measure, so I will do 8 of these. Now the recipe doesn't say this, but if you are cooking something sweet, add a touch of salt. So that's just some sea salt. Right, while I've got you here, I'm just going to explain one of the changes. So I've done a little bit more research, and when I was researching steam canning using the pressure cooker, there wasn't a lot of information out there. All I know is that it is a safe way to do it. And I was a little bit worried about the jars being in like about this much water, but there wasn't any information out there. Since I've looked into it a little deeper, and somebody suggested you could use a springform ring. So I'm going to put that in the bottom, and then I'm going to put my rack on top of that, and then it's going to elevate the jars, elevates them quite a lot. Might still be able to double stack it too by the looks of it, but that just keeps it out of the water. I'm not really sure if it would make too much of a difference. I've been doing it since January this year, and I've not had any problems whatsoever. So the choice is yours, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So just wanted to share that information with you though. And the other thing that I've forgot to mention was about the altitude. And when you're water bath canning, you know, the equivalent for the steam canning, you have to still use your elevation. I don't have to worry because we're under 1,000 feet, but just have a look into your elevation and adjust accordingly. It's 5 minutes extra per, you know, increment that you're going up. So just look into that, and yeah, you water bath the same amount of, you steam bath with the same amount of time as water bathing. So this recipe is for 15 minutes. So I hope that makes sense. So I'm going to put my 3 quarts of water in the bottom and start this heating up. I might take test now for the sweetness of it. Give it a go. Woo! That's tart, but it's actually really quite nice. I can taste the sweetness in the background. And like I said, I don't want to have too much sugar in there. I'm just going to add one more cup. It's about 3/4 of a cup actually. The colour is becoming more vibrant. Now I haven't added any lemon, vinegar to the pot because I don't want to corrode my springform pan if possible. I don't mind wiping the jars down, that's no problem. Right, try again. A new spoon. Oh. Still tart, but gosh, that is so nice. It's going to be lovely in the water. Give it a stir before you take its temp. Getting there. 80. Right, it must be just about there because it's almost starting to boil. So we want it to be 80, 88 or 190. And we're there. And we can take that off. Finger tight. Look at that colour. Isn't that beautiful? So that ended up making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11 and a half jar. So double stack. Isn't that just gorgeous? Here. Beautiful. So we're going to steam can these for 15 minutes. I accidentally turned off the stove. And so I'm going to put the lid on. I've already checked my lid is all ready to go. So the little pop top has come up and I've got a steady stream. So I'm starting the timer for 15 minutes. and I've just adjusted the temperature to make it a bit more steady rather than so vigorous. And I know the sweet spot on my burner now. Okay, so I can turn that off. The 15-minute timer is done. So I've just turned it off. I'm going to just leave it alone. Okay, leave it alone, let it cool, wait for the little valve to drop down, and then once that drops down, I'm going to give it another 10 minutes. Okay, and then after 10 minutes, I'm going to open the lid just slightly, let a little bit more of the steam escape. Of course, you're always going to make sure that it's on 0, which it is anyway. And then after taking the lid off, you know, just slightly for 5 minutes, and then I'm going to bring the jars out. Right, so I'm just going to get through that step now. Look at this beautiful colour. Quite hot. I know you're not supposed to handle them, but let's give it a go. Oh wow, that's absolutely delicious. It's so refreshing. Give this a try. It's really, really good.